Hi guys, let's do set mismatch. So we have a set of integers s which originally contains all the numbers from 1 to n, and they say unfortunately due to some error one of the numbers in s got duplicated to another number in the set, which results in repetition of one of the numbers and loss of another number. So we're given an array integers called nums representing the data status of the set after the error, and they want us to find the number that occurs twice and the number that's missing and return them in the form of an array. So in example 1, we're given this input array called nums, which is this, and then we would output 2, 3, because 2 is the number that's duplicated and 3 is the number that's missing here. In example 2, we're given nums equals this input array, and we would output 1, 2, because 1 is the number that is duplicated and 2 is the one that's missing from here. So for this one, we can we'll want to create an array of integers of size 2 to store our result that we're going to output here. And then we also want to create a hash set and just loop through the integer array and just add all the numbers into the set. And if whatever number we come across is not already in the set, is already in the set, then it's a duplicate. And then after we add everything into it, we can just do another quick pass to check what the missing number is and add each of those into our result array. And then we can just go ahead and return the array. So let's go ahead and create our result array first. So int result is new int of size 2. And we know it's going to be size 2 because it's always just going to store 2 numbers, because one is going to be the duplicated number and the other one's going to be the missing number. Okay, and then we'll also create our set. So set of integers. And then we can go ahead and loop through our nums array. So for num in nums, if our set already contains num, then it's a duplicate. So we can go ahead and add that into our result. So result at 0 equals num. And then we'll just go ahead and add all these numbers into our set. Okay, and then once we do that, then we're going to want to do another loop. And this one we'll do an actual for loop. This one we did for each loop because we don't care about the indices, we just care about the numbers themselves. But this one we actually kind of do care about the indices, so we're going to do it this way. So I is less than or equal to nums.length I plus plus. And then notice how I'm making I go from 1 to n, because they tell us here this is supposed to contain numbers from 1 to n. So that's why I'm doing it that way. Because that way we can just check for I, and I should be the numbers in this range since we're looping through. So we'll check if the set does not contain I, then that means it's missing from our original nums array because it was never added into our set. So if it's missing, then we'll want to set result at 1 equal to I, and then that should be it. And then we'll just go ahead and return our resulting array. So let's check this. Okay. Our time complexity here is going to be, so let's see, we have 2 loops here. This one is looping through our nums array for every single num in the array. So that's going to be n, where n is the number of elements in our input array. And then this one is from I equals 1 to n, n, I guess, if n is the number of elements in the nums array. So this is still going to be O of n. So then O of n plus O of n gives us O of n. And then our space complexity, we have 2 data structures here. Our integer array, which is constant because we're only storing 2 numbers every single time, no matter what. So it doesn't depend at all on the input size. And then our set is going to store n elements, where n is the number of elements in our original nums array. Technically it's like n minus 1, but that just simplifies to n because it's not going to store, well, n minus 2 actually. No, n minus 1, because it's not going to store the duplicated number twice. The missing number we don't even have in nums in the first place, so it's not going to be stored either, but that's why I got confused for a second. But yeah, so it's technically n minus 1, but that's just O of n. So this is going to be O of n, where n is also the number of elements in nums. And that's it for this problem. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!